and welcome. This is Borno Restoration. I am Jesse Tafida. On this week's episode of the program, we will bring you up to speed with the State Governor's 2024 Appropriation Bill presentation to the State Legislature for approval. The budget is themed Budget of Consolidation and Progress. First, let's bring you up to speed with Borno Today. It's the first Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference under the leadership of Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu is a special guest of honor. This conference serves as a platform for the military to chart a way forward on how best to improve their operational strategy for effective service delivery. To start with, President Tinubu restates his administration's commitment in ensuring a peaceful nation for his citizens. But he wants the army to be more proactive in the fight against criminal elements.
For too many years, Nigeria has faced dangerous, shadowy enemies whose sole aim is to overturn our democratic and peaceful way of life. Despite their efforts, we hold dear to the vision of a nation stronger yet, but just, prosperous yet. The task before you is compelling as it is vital, more so than any other institution of government. The fate of our beloved nation rests in the hand of our armed forces.
The president also commented on the Kaduna aero bombing of civilians, which he described as unfortunate.
This was a compound tragedy as a nation. It is severely painful to see harm befalling those whom we have sworn to protect. Such incidents must be thoroughly investigated.
The Chief of Army Staff and the Minister of Defense both promised to end the prevailing insecurity in the parts of the country.
We will continue strengthening our operational capabilities, enhancing intelligence gathering, fostering interagency cooperation, and prioritizing the welfare of our personnel.
We are ready to fight. We will get them. We will end insecurity in the nearest future.
The State Governor, Babagana Zulum, on his part says the only way to achieve lasting peace in the Northeast region is for the army to sustain its current tempo in the fight against insurgents.
As a way forward in enhancing the operational capabilities of our security forces, I would like to appeal to His Excellency, Mr. President, to help us construct more roads in the state. Accessibility is key to winning the war against terrorists, insurgency in our region because of the vastness of the area and the remoteness of our communities from each other.
President Bola Tinubu has assured the Nigerian Armed Forces that his administration will continue to do more in improving the living conditions and welfare of officers and men for a better service delivery. The University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital has managed to keep up best practices in delivering quality healthcare services to the country and beyond since its establishment in 1983. With over 1,200 bed capacity, the hospital has been able to cater for the healthcare needs of victims of the 13-year Boko Haram insurgency and other life-threatening ailments. Now, the hospital, in synergy with Ma'ama Nigeria Limited, has organized a 3-day training to boost capacity of its staff on financial issues.
One of the great challenges that we have is our staff that have deficiency in their knowledge when it comes to financial regulation. Most of us are professional staff in the medical field. So I feel there is need to update staffs of the admin department, staff of the stores department, staff of the finance department, admin, engineering, heads of department, top management staff, to teach them how to follow the financial regulations of the country so that we can perform in a more transparent way.
The expectation of the participant is high as the skills has been given to them as they are now well informed on the public procurement and internal audit control. This will go a long way in improving their skills in delivering the services.
Participants promised to use the knowledge acquired for improved service delivery.
This is an investment in me. I've learned a lot, particularly financial regulation, procurement planning, so on and so forth. All that I've learned here, I'm going to use it in my day-to-day work in the office, and these are things that we are not aware before, but now we are educated on them.
What I learned, I will go and communicate it to my subordinates so that they would learn from me.
Some of the topics discussed include financial regulation, role of accountants, administrative officers and accounting officer in public procurement, and auditing. This training is expected to go a long way in enhancing capacity of staff of the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital on how best to be accountable and manage funds sufficiently for the growth of the medical center. "31-year-old Zara is here to benefit from this medical outreach. She joins the over 1,000 people from this community to be diagnosed free of charge. Although government and humanitarian organizations provide healthcare support, the situation remains overwhelming.
Firstly, we've reached out to 27 local governments. We've given them free medical services. We've seen a lot of surgical cases. We've done what we can there, but due to the nature of the terrain and the lack of facility there, we refer them to our clinic.
This gesture by Shua Foundation for Health is part of its activities to support Governor Babagala Zulum's effort in improving healthcare sector in the state.
It's a very, very huge outreach that involves the whole community here, and as a means of service to the community, some of the cases we diagnose here include hepatitis B, hepatitis C. We carry out routine malarial tests, typhoid tests, that is through the Widal test, which is simplified. Then also we have a diagnostic ultrasound scan done here, on the point ultrasound scan, where we use it for different individuals depending on the condition they present with.
So far, I've seen adults, both males and female and pediatrics. Mostly it's malaria fever because it's in a peak. It's due to environment, one, and two, due to they don't sleep under mosquito nets.
Over 20 medical professionals are here attending to all kinds of ailments. Free drugs were available for all patients, and beneficiaries appreciate the gesture. She says, "I'm very grateful to be part of today's medical outreach. I've been sick for some time, but now I've been diagnosed free of charge." The healthcare needs of the survivors of the 10-year conflict in Borno has continued to be of concern to many. And with such program available, it will no doubt put a smile on their faces. On the 13th of December 2023, Governor Babagana Zulum presented a budget estimate of 340.6 billion naira before the State House of Assembly for the 2024 fiscal year. The governor at the presentation pledged to consolidate on all that has been achieved in his previous administration. Take a listen. It's this time of the year where the executive presents a budget to the legislature for approval. Governor Babagana Zulum makes a ground entry into the State House of Assembly. While presenting the budget, The governor notes that this is a reflection of his 10-pact development agenda of his administration towards giving hope to survivors of the 13-year conflict.
This success is attributed to our unwavering commitment to block all points of leakages resulting from mismanagement and misapplication of public funds. In our continuous pursuit of policy implementation for good governance, during my second term in office, I assented to 9 bills into law, which are namely the Borno State Special Investment Law, the Borno State Criminal Justice Administration Law, the Borno State Penal Code Law, the Borno State Secondary Education Board Law, the Borno State Investment Protection Law, the Borno State Primary Healthcare Development Amendment Law, the Borno State Drugs and Other Medical Consumables Law, the Borno State Livestock Law, and the Borno State Local Government Amendment Law. These laws contribute to our overarching goal of building a better and more resilient Borno, with a focus on critical sectors such as security, education, health, agriculture, works, and housing. Notably among these laws is the Borno State Criminal Justice Administration Law and Borno State Penal Code Law, which has provided steeper penalties for defaulters. As part of our pragmatic policy initiative to rebuild Borno better, we have taken decisive actions, including the prohibition of political thuggery and street begging. In alignment with this, we are actively reforming our youth by providing vocational skills training to thousands of them, coupled with starter packs, grants, and special capital. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as you could recall, the Maiduguri Monday market was burned down in February 2023. The Borno State government set up a committee to rebuild the market. The rehabilitation of the market has now been completed and commissioned, with over 8,000 traders benefiting from the renovated market. The continuous distribution of palliatives to the larger population is neither sustainable nor feasible, and therefore we have to look at medium and longer term sustainable solutions, which for us is to first of all invest in agriculture, particularly in the irrigation sector, to ensure food security and also mitigate some of the negative impacts of climate change, thus providing livelihoods for our rural population. We shall partner with the private sector to drive agricultural innovation and create a better and more enabling environment for farmers in Borno State. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in our continued efforts to support the families of deceased members of the Civilian Joint Task Force, we pledge to sponsor the orphans throughout their studies during the launch of the first-year scholarship program in 2022. Consequently, we have also released a sum of 60 million naira for the payment of second-year registration fees for 300 orphans of the deceased civilian JTI. We have been hearing a lot of stories in other parts of the country where we have a lot of challenges between the executives and the legislature. Here in Borno State, for the last 10 or 15 years, we have never witnessed such thing. And therefore, I must commend the maturity of the leadership of the House, the maturity of the members of the House of Assembly in ensuring peaceful and simple coexistence between the legislature and the executive. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the 2023 fiscal year, as in the preceding years, has been quite challenging for the state and indeed the country due to uncertainty and volatility that characterize the operations of the entire global economic system of Nigeria is an integral fact. More so, the year 2023 marked another period of election in the political history of our democratic transition, was mostly a violent.
The 2024 proposed estimate of 340.6 billion naira has a capital expenditure of 198.2 billion with recurrent expenditure of 142.3 billion naira. Out of this, the Ministry of Finance got 53 billion, Health was allotted 51 billion, Works got 45 billion, and Education was given 39 billion naira. The governor explains that strategies have been put in place to ensure the effective implementation of the project and the harmonization of developmental projects, part of which is ensuring effective service delivery.
We plan to construct eye hospitals in Monguno and Pew. We plan to establish dental hospitals in Monguno and Pew. We plan to establish an orthopedic hospital in Maiduguri. We plan to continue with our humanitarian support. We shall not stop it, inshallah. We plan to construct teachers and health workers quarters in Magomeri. We plan to construct teachers and health workers quarters in Gubio, 200 units of 2-bedroom. We plan to construct teachers quarters in Biu, 100 units. We plan to construct teachers quarters in Hau, 100 units. We plan to establish an oil processing mill in Gubio. We plan to establish School of Nursing in Monguno. We plan to establish a School of Nursing in Gwada, which we have started. We'll establish high Islamic colleges in Baga. Contract has been awarded. High Islamic colleges in Gajigana, contract has been awarded. High Islamic College in Gajiram, contract has been awarded. High Islamic College in Berichek, contract has been awarded. Goza and Chibok. We plan to construct an additional 3 mega schools in Kalari, Maiduguri, Mairi, where we demolish the present Tashan Kano. We shall construct a secondary school and Uba. Tashan. We plan to establish secondary schools in Ran, New Marte, and Gada. Erosion control in Bargu, Shan, over Fikiel and Gamdu. Mega water works in Bama, Gubio, Gachigana, Magomeri, and Tambua. We shall eradicate problem of water supply in these local government areas, especially Gubio, Magomeri, Gachigana. Inshallah. And Dambua. The perennial water scarcities in these local government areas will be addressed quietly. In order to carry out these main objectives, eradicating water supply shortages in these local government areas, we have set aside some of about 4 billion naira. This is my own project. Establishment of irrigation systems in Mafa, Tikwa, Gajibo, Logo, Manega, Moru will go on resuscitation of irrigation project in Jaki and Damasak. Inshallah, in the year 2024, we shall start irrigation activities in the shores of the lake, especially in Krenoa, in Marte. During the Chief of Army Staff Conference, I've spoken to the Chief of Army Staff that my humble self and his soldiers will go to Krenoa, inshallah. We'll take over the power station in Krenoa, the pumping station in Krenoa. Nothing will stop us, inshallah. Electrification of Goza, Jikwa, Damasak, Gandai, Askira, Chibok, and Dambwa will start in earnest. And inshallah, before the completion of my tenure, I will make sure that all local government areas in Borno State will be connected to the national grid. Procurement of equipment worth 10 billion naira to the State University Teaching Hospital and completion. The State Teaching Hospital has a carrying capacity of 650 patients. Very difficult for somebody to get a new hospital that will have a carrying capacity at the beginning of 650. Provision of scholarships with 600 indigenous peoples to study nursing and midwifery courses. Sponsorship of 100 students in various fields of study, especially science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses, languages, and training of 20 peoples, stakeholders. I want to train pilots. If you can identify one good candidate from each local company, I will do so. Without sentiment. Construction of a new Monday market in Maiduguri will begin at the stadium complex along Kano Road. Support of 5 billion naira to small and medium enterprises and less privileged. settlement of 25% of gratuities owed by Borno State and local governments. Hitherto, we are paying 1.2 billion naira per annum. But now we have kept aside 200 million naira per month for settlement of gratuities, making a sum of 2.4 billion naira per month. But be rest assured that inshallah, before the expiration of my tenure, we shall completely pay gratuities. In the last 4 years, I have had the privilege and opportunity of executing 4 approved budgets and have compelling reasons to simply look back and be proud of the gains we have recorded. For me, serving the good people of Borno State has been the greatest honor of my life. And I hereby reaffirm, inshallah, that I will never lose focus in the discharge of my obligation towards the people of Borno State. I have no intention whatsoever to bring Borno backward, inshallah. The Borno that I will lead, inshallah, will be more peaceful, will be more secure, more vibrant, more industrious, more developed. I want to notify you that I will be highly ambitious in providing development, and I will not let you down. I am human, and such, in the course of discharging my duties, I may have wronged individuals or the entire population, and therefore I seek for forgiveness from people of Borno State where I am wrong. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I thank you for your hospitality and support, and I look forward to us signing the budget into law as soon.
The 2024 budget is themed Budget of Consolidation and Progress. The Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abdul Karim Lawan, on his part says the legislative arm under his leadership will carefully study the 2024 budget to have a speedy passage for the benefit and development of the people in the state.
I am well satisfied with the presentations and the volume of amount he presented, because about 340 billion naira, about 190 is for current expenditure, and 140 something billion is for recurrent expenditure. The volume of money he read before the Honorable House is very commendable, and we are all well satisfied. And I am sure His Excellency is doing well, and I am sure he will going to implement at least 80% at the end of 2024. And he had mentioned that there are so many internally displaced persons still across the state. So by the grace of Almighty Allah, it has already captured in this budget. All the internally displaced persons will be returning back to their various community, particularly Guzamala and the Abadam local government. You know, Guzamala and the Abadam was scattered for more than, at least, I can say, almost a decade. So inshallah, the governor has promised, inshallah, before the end of this year, he will going to return the people of Guzamala and Abadam. You know, the population has been already increased. If you compare the population of this state, before the displacements of people, the population of Maiduguri city is not more than 2 or 2.5 million. But now, if you can see, at least more than 4 million people living in this Maiduguri because of this insecurity. We have already passed all the 17 bills and transmitted to His Excellency. And also His Excellency has already assented to about 9 or 10 bills. Among the assented bills are social investment program is also one of the bills, which is very, very much important. And also amendment of local government law 2000. This one is also very important to the state and the local government in general. And also amendment of teaching service board bill that is under education.
As Governor Babagana Zulum's budget of consolidation and progress awaits approval by the legislature, residents are hopeful that it will impact positively in their living conditions. And that's our package on this episode of Borno Restoration. Many thanks for watching. I am Jessie Tafida. See you next time. Bye-bye.